Welcome to Ancient Conspiracies Podcast. I'm your host, Ben Carter. Beneath the shifting sands of the Egypt's Valley of the Kings, in the shadow of the Great Pyramids, a discovery was made that defies explanation. An obscure tomb, untouched for millennia, held a secret that would send shockwaves through the scientific community and challenge our understanding of human evolution. In this tomb, amidst the relics of a long-dead civilization, archaeologists discovered a small, unassuming artifact. It was a fragment of ancient papyrus, etched with symbols from a lost language. But what truly seized their attention was a small sample of ancient hair, remarkably well preserved, sealed within a tiny clay container. This hair, over 3,000 years old, offered an unprecedented opportunity to peer into the genetic past of humanity. Initial studies revealed something astonishing. DNA sequences that were not just unfamiliar, but seemed to defy everything we thought we knew about human genetics. Instead of the predictable patterns we've come to expect in human DNA, these sequences were anomalous, filled with genetic markers that seemed to suggest a complexity far beyond our current understanding. It was as if we were looking at the blueprint of a species designed, not evolved, naturally. These findings were met with incredulity, even hostility, in some scientific quarters. Yet, despite attempts to dismiss the evidence, the anomalies persisted, refusing to fit neatly into the established narrative of human evolution, as if perhaps they were never meant to. The implications of such a discovery are staggering. As we gaze upon these ancient genetic sequences, we are confronted with a chilling question. Is it possible that our species, Homo sapiens, was not the product of mere evolution, but of deliberate engineering? If so, who could have possessed such knowledge, such technology, in times so ancient? And what might have been their purpose? Was it benevolence, a desire to create a superior species? Or was it something more sinister, a manipulation of our genetic code for purposes unknown? The answers remain elusive, shrouded in the mists of time and the shadows of forgotten civilizations. Yet as we delve deeper into this mysterious DNA, the search for the truth continues. For in the face of such anomalies, we must reconsider what we know about our past, our evolution, and perhaps even our place in the cosmos. In the silence of that ancient tomb, amidst the dust of millennia, a question echoes. Were we, the human race, engineered? And if so, by whom? The quest for these answers leads us down a path shrouded in mystery, a journey into the heart of our very existence. The path to these elusive answers takes us back, far back, to the cradle of civilization itself, the lands of Mesopotamia, where the ancient Sumerians etched their stories onto clay tablets, a civilization that has long been considered the birthplace of writing, mathematics, and legal codes. Yet among these well-documented achievements, their creation myths tell of beings known as the Anunnaki, who came from the heavens to earth, teaching and guiding humanity. The Sumerian texts speak not only of advanced knowledge imparted by these celestial visitors, but also hint at a much more profound interference. The Anunnaki, they suggest, created humans, not from divine whim or natural evolution, but through intentional genetic manipulation. They describe humans as the product of divine engineering, designed to serve as workers for their celestial masters. A similar narrative echoes within the ancient lore of other civilizations. Ancient India's Vedic texts speak of gods creating humans through a process eerily similar to modern genetic engineering, while ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs depict beings with seemingly advanced knowledge of biology and genetics. Even the Judeo-Christian Bible has references that could be interpreted as genetic engineering. The creation of Eve from Adam's rib, for instance, almost echoes the modern process of cloning. While these interpretations can be controversial, it's intriguing to consider the possibility that these ancient texts might be describing a process of genetic manipulation using the language and understanding of the time. The timeline of these civilizations and the complexity of their understanding of biology and genetics is staggering. These are societies that flourished thousands of years before the advent of modern science, yet seem to possess a depth of understanding that aligns eerily with our current grasp of genetic engineering. These narratives, scattered across time and geography, seem to offer glimpses into a shared past, a past where celestial beings descended from the stars, wielding the power to create and shape life. To dismiss these tales as mere mythology might be a hasty conclusion, given the anomalies now surfacing in our own genetic code. Could it be that these ancient narratives, dismissed for centuries as myth and legend, hold the key to unraveling the mystery of our genetic origins? Is it possible that we, Homo sapiens, are the result of an ancient experiment, a species engineered by beings from the stars? The trail of our genetic past winds its way through the dusty corridors of time, every turn revealing new layers of mystery and possibility. As we continue this journey, we must keep our minds open, ready to challenge accepted truths and embrace the extraordinary. For in the quest for answers, we may well find ourselves rewriting the story of human evolution. One of the key figures who gave credibility to the theory of ancient genetic manipulation was Zecharia Sitchin, an author and researcher of ancient civilizations. His translations of Sumerian cuneiform texts brought forth the controversial Anunnaki theory, suggesting that these ancient gods were actually extraterrestrial beings who genetically engineered human beings as a slave species. Sitchin's interpretations have been met with skepticism in mainstream academia, but they have nonetheless ignited the imaginations of those willing to entertain unconventional theories about our origins. His work has shone a new light on the enigmatic figures depicted in Sumerian art and literature, presenting them not as deities but as technologically advanced beings with a deep understanding of genetic manipulation. Another significant figure in this field was Erich von Däniken, whose book Chariots of the Gods, published in 1968, proposed that extraterrestrial beings influenced ancient cultures. The book was a sensation, sparking widespread interest in the idea of ancient astronaut theory. Von Däniken suggested that many ancient monuments, like the pyramids of Egypt or the Nazca lines in Peru, were either built by or for extraterrestrials, hinting at the possibility of ancient genetic engineering. In addition to these figures, certain archaeological finds have added fuel to the fire of this theory. The discovery of elongated skulls in Paracas, Peru, for example, has baffled scientists. While some argue that these skulls are the result of cranial deformation, a common practice in certain cultures, others hypothesize that they could be evidence of ancient genetic manipulation. The mysterious mitochondrial DNA found in these skulls, which does not match any known human or primate DNA, further deepens the enigma. Could these skulls be remnants of an engineered species, ancient evidence of genetic tampering? The ancient texts of the Popol Vuh, the sacred book of the Quiché Maya, also hint at a narrative of genetic engineering. The story tells of the gods creating humanity in multiple attempts, each time refining and improving their creation until they perfected the human form. Could this be an allegory for a process of genetic manipulation conducted by advanced beings? The exploration of these artifacts, texts, and figures illuminates a trail of breadcrumbs leading us into the heart of this mystery. Each provides a tantalizing glimpse into a past that may not be as we have understood it, a past where our very genetic makeup may have been molded by hands not of this earth. As we delve deeper into this mystery, we must remember that each discovery is a piece of a grand puzzle, a puzzle that might reveal an extraordinary truth about our origins. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence that suggests ancient genetic engineering is the discovery of the Denisovans. This extinct species of hominins was unknown until 2010, when a tiny finger bone fragment was found in the Denisova cave in the Altai Mountains of Siberia. The bone fragment was subjected to DNA sequencing, unveiling a previously unrecorded hominin species. What's most fascinating is that the Denisovans have left genetic traces in modern human populations. The Denisovans interbred with Homo sapiens, and as a result, some modern populations, particularly those in East Asia and the Pacific Islands, carry Denisovan DNA. Notably, the Sherpa people of the Himalayas, known for their exceptional ability to survive at high altitudes, have inherited a gene from the Denisovans that assists with this adaptation. This discovery has led some to propose that the Denisovans were genetically engineered beings designed to survive in challenging environments. Adding to this intrigue, the Denisovans possessed a level of sophistication previously believed to be unique to Homo sapiens. They crafted intricate jewelry and tools, and they mined and utilized high-quality stone from over 150 miles away. Such accomplishments suggest a level of intelligence and ability that we don't typically associate with ancient hominin species. Could this be the result of genetic manipulation by an advanced civilization? Anomalies in our own DNA also beckon further examination. The Human Genome Project, completed in 2003, sequenced the entirety of the human genome and discovered something extraordinary. An estimated 8% of our DNA is of viral origin. This viral DNA, known as endogenous retroviruses, are remnants of ancient viral infections that have been passed down from generation to generation. How did such a substantial portion of our genetic material come from viruses, and could this be evidence of ancient genetic engineering? The FOXP2 gene presents another anomaly. This gene, found in the human genome, is associated with speech and language. Mutations in the FOXP2 gene can cause severe speech and language disorders. Intriguingly, humans have a unique version of this gene that is different from other primates, and this difference occurred relatively suddenly in genetic terms. Could this be evidence of intentional manipulation, a genetic upgrade designed to give humans the unique ability of complex language? These anomalies and discoveries continue to challenge our understanding of human evolution and our place in the natural world. They hint at the possibility that our genetic makeup, our very existence, may be the result of ancient, sophisticated manipulation by beings unknown. The quest for answers continues, and with each new discovery, we come closer to understanding our true origins. To fully evaluate the extraordinary claims surrounding ancient DNA anomalies, it's essential to scrutinize the evidence and methodologies utilized. Carbon dating, physical artifacts, DNA sequencing, ancient symbols, and architecture all play pivotal roles in this investigation. Carbon dating is a widely accepted method for determining the age of ancient artifacts and remains. However, it's not wholly infallible. It relies on the half-life decay of carbon-14, an isotope that ceases to replenish upon the death of an organism. While it's remarkably accurate for dating up to 50,000 years, its precision wavers for items older than this. Considering that the timeline of human evolution spans millions of years, there's room for error and misinterpretation, particularly when assessing the age of ancient hominin species like the Denisovans. Physical artifacts, such as the intricate tools and jewelry associated with the Denisovans, provide vital clues about ancient civilizations. Yet, the interpretation of these artifacts is subjective. For instance, what we perceive as an indication of advanced intelligence could be an overestimation or underestimation of an ancient culture's capabilities. DNA sequencing, while a powerful tool, also has its limitations. The viral DNA found within our genome is indeed fascinating, but attributing it to ancient genetic engineering could be a leap. Viruses have interacted with life on Earth for billions of years, and their remnants in our DNA could be merely a testament to this long-standing relationship. The FOXP2 gene anomaly, too, is intriguing. The sudden appearance of a unique version of this gene in humans does raise questions. However, such genetic leaps are not entirely unheard of in the natural world. They may result from natural selection, random mutations, or other evolutionary processes. Ancient symbols and architecture, often cited as evidence for ancient alien intervention, are equally susceptible to varied interpretations. What one person sees as a symbol of extraterrestrial contact might be a spiritual symbol or an artistic expression to another. In conclusion, the anomalies found within ancient DNA and the artifacts of early civilizations indeed provoke questions about our origins. Yet it's prudent to recognize the limitations of our tools and the subjectivity of interpretation. While these mysteries fuel theories about genetic engineering by advanced civilizations, the evidence, as it stands, is open to alternative explanations. It's a fascinating, complex puzzle, one that continues to challenge and enlighten us about our past. Although the theory of ancient genetic engineering is captivating, it's not without its detractors. Mainstream scientific institutions, archaeologists, and geneticists often push back against these notions, calling for more rigorous evidence. Harvard geneticist David Reich, a leading figure in the field of ancient DNA, has voiced skepticism about such theories. Reich maintains that while ancient DNA has indeed revealed unexpected connections and migrations among ancient populations, it doesn't support the idea of prehistoric genetic engineering. The vast majority of genetic changes, he argues, are the result of natural evolutionary processes such as mutation, selection, and genetic drift. Meanwhile, the archaeological community often challenges alternative interpretations of ancient artifacts. For instance, the notion that the pyramids or other ancient structures are the product of advanced technology is generally dismissed. Most archaeologists are convinced these structures were built using the tools and techniques available at the time, not by extraterrestrials or a lost advanced civilization. The academic world also tends to be cautious about viral DNA. Scholars like virologist Harmit Malik argue that viral sequences in human genomes are remnants of ancient infections, not signs of intentional genetic manipulation. Malik and others point out that viruses have been interacting with and inserting their DNA into host genomes for billions of years. Yet why does such pushback exist? One reason is the rigorous standards of evidence required in the scientific community. Extraordinary claims demand extraordinary evidence, and many feel the evidence for ancient genetic engineering is far from sufficient. Another reason is the risk of misinterpretation or overreach. Science is a discipline that thrives on skepticism and rigorous testing. Jumping to conclusions, particularly those that challenge established scientific understanding, can lead to misleading results and flawed theories. Lastly, the academic world is inherently cautious about unorthodox theories. Institutions and scholars often resist ideas that disrupt the status quo, particularly when they challenge the foundational principles of their fields. This resistance, however, doesn't necessarily invalidate these alternative theories. Rather, it sets a high bar for their acceptance, ensuring that only the most robust and well-supported ideas gain traction. In the end, the discourse around ancient DNA anomalies and the idea of prehistoric genetic engineering is a testament to the dynamic nature of scientific inquiry. As we continue to explore these fascinating mysteries, we must balance open-minded curiosity with rigorous skepticism, pushing the boundaries of knowledge while remaining grounded in robust evidence. The discussion surrounding ancient DNA anomalies does more than just challenge our understanding of scientific history. It also impacts our metaphysical beliefs and spiritual narratives. Many of the world's religions and spiritual traditions revolve around creation stories. These narratives explain our origins and give meaning to our existence. If the theory of ancient genetic engineering is true, it would require us to revise these stories and rethink our place in the universe. For instance, in the Christian tradition, the book of Genesis speaks of God creating humanity in His image. This narrative implies a divine blueprint, a perfect design. However, if our DNA bears the marks of ancient engineering, it suggests a different kind of creation process, one that is more iterative and experimental rather than divine and predetermined. In the same vein, many indigenous cultures believe in a deep connection between humans and the natural world, seeing all life as evolving from the same source. If the theory of ancient genetic engineering holds water, it might suggest that humanity's origins are not entirely natural, but rather the result of an advanced civilization's intervention. One could also argue that the notion of ancient genetic engineering aligns with certain elements of Eastern spirituality. In Hinduism and Buddhism, for example, the idea of karma implies that our present condition is the result of past actions. The theory of ancient genetic engineering presents a similar cause and effect dynamic, suggesting that our current genetic makeup is the result of actions taken by an advanced civilization in the distant past. Then there are the Gnostic texts, such as the Nag Hammadi library, which speak of archons, entities who manipulated human genetics to create the physical bodies we inhabit. These texts, dismissed by mainstream religion, suddenly seem less like allegory and more like historical accounts under the lens of this theory. While these implications may seem unsettling, they also present an opportunity for spiritual growth. If we were indeed engineered by an advanced civilization, it challenges us to redefine what it means to be human. It encourages us to seek new understandings, new narratives, and new ways of connecting with the divine. As we push the boundaries of our knowledge, we must also expand our spiritual horizons. The mystery of our origins is not just a scientific question, but a spiritual quest. Our DNA, it seems, holds not just the secrets of our biological history, but also the key to our metaphysical journey. As we study these ancient anomalies, we're not just tracing our genetic lineage, but also exploring the deepest questions of existence. Where do we come from? Who are we? And why are we here? Over the years, the theory of ancient genetic engineering has permeated popular culture in various forms, subtly influencing our perceptions about human origins. The notion of a superior race or entity manipulating human genetics has been a recurring theme in science fiction, a genre known for exploring unconventional and oftentimes controversial ideas. Consider the 1968 classic, 2001, A Space Odyssey. Directed by Stanley Kubrick, the film introduces an advanced alien monolith that sparks evolution in a group of prehistoric apes, implying an external hand in human evolution. This narrative, while cloaked in the garb of fiction, resonates with the ancient genetic engineering theory. In literature, Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park delves into the realm of genetic manipulation, albeit in a different context. The narrative focuses on cloning extinct creatures, yet it subtly broaches the ethical and existential questions that the theory of ancient genetic engineering also raises. A more direct representation of these ideas can be found in Erich von Däniken's Chariots of the Gods. This seminal work, published in 1968, theorizes that Earth was visited by extraterrestrials who were mistaken for gods and asserts that these beings influenced ancient civilizations, possibly even our genetic code. In recent years, digital platforms like YouTube and social media have provided a fertile ground for discussions around these theories. Videos and posts exploring ancient DNA anomalies and genetic engineering theories have garnered millions of views and shares, reflecting a growing interest in these alternative narratives. Moreover, this theory has found resonance among various alternative communities. UFO enthusiasts, for instance, often intersect their beliefs with the theory of ancient genetic engineering, citing it as potential evidence of extraterrestrial involvement in our history. Similarly, proponents of spiritual mysticism and certain alternative religious groups incorporate these theories into their doctrines, viewing them as a testament to the complex and mysterious nature of human existence. Regardless of one's beliefs, it is clear that the theory of ancient genetic engineering continues to intrigue and provoke thought. It challenges conventional wisdom, provokes philosophical debates, and encourages us to question the world around us. Whether this theory will ever be proven remains uncertain. What's clear, however, is its enduring influence on our collective imagination, continually inspiring us to reconsider what we think we know about our origins. Peering into the shadowy corridors of the unknown, one encounters esoteric extensions of the ancient genetic engineering theory that make the realm of science fiction seem tame. These fringe theories are expansive and often straddle the line between hard science and the metaphysical, delving into worlds of alien intervention, time manipulation, interdimensional beings, and hidden bloodlines. One of the most pervasive theories along this thread is the hypothesis of an extraterrestrial hand in our creation. Proponents argue that the DNA anomalies we've been discussing are not merely anomalies, but fingerprints left behind by advanced alien civilizations. These supposed cosmic architects are credited with manipulating our genetic code to boost our evolution, or perhaps even to create us as a species entirely. The controversial ancient astronaut theory, which suggests that extraterrestrials interacted with, and perhaps guided, early human civilizations, provides a foundation for these beliefs. The time manipulation theory, while less common, is equally intriguing. This theory suggests that our ancestors, or entities from our future, tampered with the timeline, altering our genetic material in the past to influence our present and future. The mechanics of such a feat boggle the mind and venture into the realm of quantum physics and paradoxes. On the metaphysical end of the spectrum, the notion of interdimensional beings surfaces. Advocates of this theory propose that entities from parallel universes or higher dimensions influenced our genetic makeup. These beings, it's suggested, may have the capability to manipulate reality at a fundamental level, including the genetic code of life forms. Finally, there's the theory of hidden bloodlines. This hypothesis hints at the existence of secret lineages that carry ancient, genetically engineered traits. It's suggested that these bloodlines, hidden among us, are remnants of a forgotten or obscured past, where advanced civilizations or beings manipulated human genetics. These lineages, some argue, may still carry unique abilities or knowledge locked within their DNA, waiting to be unlocked. As we delve deeper into these fringe theories, they become a mirror reflecting our yearning for understanding and connection. Whether these theories hold water is not the point. Instead, they serve as testament to our desire to comprehend our place in this vast universe, to decipher the enigma of our existence, and to ultimately answer the age-old question, who are we? In the pursuit of these answers, we venture into the unknown, guided by the faint yet persistent echo of our ancient DNA. Our investigations into ancient DNA anomalies have taken us from the scientific to the speculative, the earthly to the extraterrestrial, and from the distant past to the mysteries of future timelines. And yet, despite our best efforts to decode these enigmatic traces in our genetic code, we are left with more questions than answers. If the theory of cosmic architects is valid, then who are these celestial engineers? What were their motivations for meddling with our genetic code? Were they benevolent guides, helping to shepherd our species along the path of evolution? Or were they more akin to indifferent experimenters, tinkering with the building blocks of life out of curiosity or for some inscrutable purpose? The tantalizing possibility of time manipulation raises profound questions about the nature of reality itself. If our ancestors, or entities from our future, altered our genetic material in the past, what ripple effects might that have had on our present and future? What other changes might they have wrought upon the fabric of our existence? Similarly, the theory of interdimensional beings hints at a reality far more complex and multi-layered than our everyday experiences suggest. If parallel universes or higher dimensions exist, and if beings from these realms influenced our genetic makeup, what implications might that have for our understanding of reality and our place within it? The notion of hidden bloodlines, meanwhile, presents an intriguing puzzle. If certain lineages carry ancient, genetically engineered traits, how might these traits manifest? What unique abilities or knowledge might be locked within their DNA, waiting to be unlocked? In the end, our exploration of ancient DNA anomalies does more than simply challenge our understanding of human evolution. It pushes us to question the very nature of reality, to reconsider our place in the cosmos, and to confront the profound mystery of our existence. It reminds us that we are, in a very real sense, stardust, born of the cosmos and imbued with its limitless potential. While the truth remains elusive, the search for answers continues. Each new discovery, each tantalizing clue, serves only to deepen the mystery and to fuel our relentless quest for understanding. The story of our past is inscribed in our DNA, a cryptic text waiting to be deciphered. As we continue to unravel the secrets of our genetic code, we edge closer to answering the most profound question of all. Who are we, really? And where do we come from? The answers, it seems, are written in the stars and in the very fabric of our being. Thanks for listening. This has been another episode of Ancient Conspiracies Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, subscribe to Ancient Conspiracies Podcast on Patreon. Subscribe now.